In this video, I just wanted to give you 10 tips to help you get your do-it-yourself solar projects started off right and to help you get them so that your solar panels that you build will last for a long time. First of all, I want to say start with the right instruction. Don't go find somebody's instruction on the internet that you found for free. Most likely you'll get the wrong instruction, and the wrong instruction right off the start will obviously make your solar panels less efficient. You won't get things done right, and the money you're investing in your solar power system will go to waste. If you look at the top of this site, there's two links. The number 1 and the number 2 guides are right there. You can watch the video reviews to see what's included with each one. My suggestion is you start there instead of trying to find free information on how to build solar panels, because quite often you'll get the wrong information. Next, I just want to say don't use broken solar cells if you're building a solar power system for your home. This might be suitable if you were building a solar panel for camping or something like that, but when you're building something to power your home, you don't want to use these types of cells. They won't work well, they'll be less efficient. You're better off buying grade B cells, or even more preferably grade A cells. The solar cells themselves are not expensive, so don't cheap out on this part of your system. Next, I want to talk about the backer board that you use. When you're building your solar panels, you could use a grade A plywood and paint it and seal it quite well. And a grade A plywood can be repainted as needed, and it will last a long time as long as you keep it sealed. Alternatively, you could use something like puckboard or aluminum that will never need to be repainted. If you do use a metal, make sure to insulate the cells from the metal. This might cost you a little bit more to get started with puckboard, but the expectancy is that your solar panels are going to last for 25 to 30 years. So using the right backer material will help to ensure that you don't have to repaint them once a year. Next, from tip 1, I said get the right instruction. The next tip is to use that instruction. Either Green Power Easy or Earth for Energy come with ebooks and videos, so make sure you take the time to watch the videos, read the ebooks, and do this before you start building your solar panels, and even before you start ordering parts, because they have recommendations there as well. Finally, when you're building your solar system, I want to talk about the parts that you put in there. Some people like to try and build their own charge controllers or inverters. This isn't recommended. The solar panels themselves, the solar cells that you're using, if you buy them in North America, they have to be ISO certified to get shipped into North America. So you're using ISO certified solar cells anyway. Don't cheap out on the other parts that you're using. A charge controller or inverter is not really expensive, and an ISO certified part will last longer and be safer than trying to build something like this yourself. The same thing could be said for breakers and switches. Use ISO certified breakers. This will help you in the long run. Don't use Radio Shack switches or something like that. When you're wiring your solar panels together, if you're putting them on your roof or you've got some other way to mount them, make sure you use a junction box. These are quite inexpensive, and it will help to save your solar panels and ensure your wiring is done right. So use a good weatherproof junction box to wire your panels together. Again, these parts are not expensive, and it's part of getting it done right. When you get to your final wiring and you're wiring your solar panel system into your home, it's my suggestion that you have an electrician do the final wiring, and this is especially true if you're tying into a system that's already tied to the grid. The wiring coming into your home from the power grid is 240 volts. An electrician can deal with that safely, and you probably can't unless you're experienced in this area. So have an electrician do the final wiring. It probably won't cost you more than 50 bucks, and it will save you a nice big shock. And then if you're using a charging system with your solar energy system, make sure you buy enough batteries so that you can keep it charged at 50 to 80% all the time. This will greatly extend the battery life. If you're using a solar energy system with a house that's already tied to the grid, you don't necessarily have to use a charging system, and actually you probably shouldn't. It's just an additional cost that isn't needed. But if you're going off grid or something, you are going to need a battery system to store power. Make sure you spend enough on your batteries and your charging system that you can keep it charged at 50 to 80%. This will help you to extend the life of your batteries so that you don't end up replacing them 2 or 3 years down the road. And then lastly, check your system periodically. Once a year, jump up on your roof if that's where you mounted your panels. Make sure that you don't need to repaint anything. If the cover for your panels is starting to yellow, replace it. Just take the time to change anything that needs attention. If it needs attention, fix it. This will help you to ensure that you can enjoy your do-it-yourself solar energy system for years to come. Solar panels are intended to last for 25 to 30 years, and if you keep that system in good shape, they will do that.